How's it going, folks, and welcome back to DBCB Exotics. Today we are going to be switching up a little bit from the average content and be doing a little story time on Old Dakota's hand went from looking like this to now looking like this, about twice the size and kind of looking like meatloaf in some areas, like that right there. This is the story on how I suffered my probably worst bite I've ever received here and how I actually can't use my hand anymore, at least for the long foreseeable future. So let's get into it. Just some quick disclaimers before we get this video started. I don't know how much I can actually show on YouTube. YouTube does not like blood, gore, anything like that. They flag and immediately demonetize you. And since your boy hasn't made videos in a minute now, my AdSense has been dropping very steadily fast, and I don't want to risk another video not being monetized. With that being said, if you want to see the full transformation of day 0 when the bite first happened to now, I think this is day 3 or 4, go check me out on Instagram. Follow me at DBCB Exotics. I can show all of it because I don't care if it gets demonetized because I make no money off that platform. Start this bad boy off with the who, what, when, where, whys. Who done it? What happened exactly? Why did it happen? What did I learn from it? And how much is it a pain in the ass still working this life while having only one hand and it not being my dominant hand? So let's get started with who done it. I'm pretty sure it's no surprise who could have done this much damage to my hand, and that is going to be the star of the show, BIMPSON. BIMPSON, man. To this day, it's been like 3 or 4 days, and I am still upsetty spaghetti at the fact that BIMPSON was the one that turned on me. I could have, the females, Lilith? Lilith? Oh yeah, Lilith, of course. I mean, obviously Lilith bit me. But BIMPSON, man. My main man, BIMPSON, took it out on me. I can't. It was BIMPSON. I think if it was one of the girls, I would have a lot less damage to my hand and it would have been a lot less severe. But considering it was a 5 foot, 25 plus pound male monitor lizard, yeah, my hand's not feeling too hot right now. Day started like any other. I just finished the massive project that I've been doing in this building that I was very excited to show you guys. I was supposed to be filming about 2 days ago. The video would be out by now. I have it all scripted out. It was gonna be an amazing video. I was super stoked because I've been working my ass off, literally wake up, get out of bed, do this shit for a week and a half straight, and it's finally finished. And now I can't do it because I only have one hand. So I was really excited about that. I was doing my final stuff, filling up water bowls, and then I was out of this building, and the next day, man, I was gonna film this masterpiece of a video that I think all of you guys are really going to enjoy. But then, tragedy struck. Say a couple of hours previously, I was watching a good New England reptile video. They were showing the footage of Gatorland, Kevin working with the monitor lizards, and showing the monitor lizards, I too myself got pretty cocky because I have a tamed Argus monitor, or so I thought. So I was like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna mess with BIMPSON. I was messing with the Quinces. They're getting pretty good. One of them, the bit of a larger one, the male, is actually getting really good with me. Not so much where I can pick him up and touch him, but he's getting a lot less shy, which is absolutely fantastic. So then I went on and I started working with BIMPSON. And that was my first mistake. The thing was, tomorrow, or the day that it happened, the next day was feeding day, so everyone's pretty hungry right now, and I immediately knew BIMPSON was hungry. You can always tell when you open up an enclosure, and it's just the way they act. They're a lot more active. He kind of shot up from basking and, you know, ran over, and he was kind of like, I don't know how to put it into words, but if you own monitor lizards and tigers and stuff like that, you know when they're hungry. They give you some pretty clear signals. And well, I ignored all those signals like the dipshit that I am. Just going into that was, I have made sure that BIMPSON recognizes what's food and what's not food. I've been able to feed him and then put my hand out and he doesn't go after my hand and he kind of knows the difference. So I thought with that training in mind that I would be pretty kosher. You know, he's never even tried to nip at me, anything like that. I got a little cocky with it, like I could keep pushing the envelope further and further and nothing would happen because I've worked with this monitor for the better part of a year and he's pretty good at this point. That's exactly what I did. I started pushing the envelope further and further. I was scratching him on the neck, scratching him on the chin. He wasn't doing his usual stuff. He was doing quick, if you own Arguses, you know the quick motions, fast tongue flicking. Looking back, hindsight's always 20/20, but I would be screaming at myself in the past of, what the fuck are you doing? Get your hand away. That monitor is about to bite you. But I ignored it and I kept messing with him, and he was pretty good up into the very end, man. At that point, I was actually leaving. I didn't suffer anything, he didn't try anything, but you could see with his motions that he was going to. But again, being overconfident and cocky, I just pushed through because I'm like, whatever, he's not gonna bite me, I'm Kevin McCurley. Messing with him, and I was going to leave, so I was getting up, I turned my head to grab the door to start closing the door, and that's when it I wasn't even looking, and all of a sudden I feel clamped down right on my hand, and everything happened so fast, it was a shock. I was like, holy shit, BIMPSON just bit me. And then I start feeling the pressure that this animal has on my hand. So he's got both fingers, the index and the middle finger, clamped down. And I start realizing, oh shit, dude, this is not good. This is actually really, really bad. This isn't like a subadult tegu or subadult to adult female argus. This is a full, 5-foot animal that has my fingers in its mouth. So I went, the first thing you should always do, never jerk your hand away, because sharp teeth, serrated teeth, they don't have much of serrated teeth, but they have very, very sharp teeth. That's gonna just rip right into you. First thing you gotta do, keep your hand still. With the other hand, make sure you grab the neck to prevent any thrashing or pulling. That's just gonna rip your arm even more, so that's immediately what I did. I grabbed the neck from the back so he wasn't able to thrash around or anything like that. That ended up spooking him. I was very, very lucky in that fact that it spooked him enough to let go and try to, get my other hand away from me. So he let go immediately and I pulled my arm back. Now, the thing I forgot to mention was, remember, I was filling up waters, and I don't close, I'm opening doors, I fill up waters, I, let some airflow in there, whatever, so I leave some enclosure doors open. So there is the Tegu's enclosure is slightly open, the Lilith's enclosure is slightly open, and then BIMPSON's enclosure is fully open. And now I have this massive injury on my hand. Find a definitive answer to this question, but I do believe that all varanids hold some sort of venom within them. It's nothing like super dangerous and lethal to humans. However, they're that's a quote-unquote venom, again, not 100% sure, acts as somewhat of a blood thinner. So I was leaking. I mean, like, I was fucking leaking, man. I had it up to, I didn't even want to look at it. That was my big thing. I was very scared of what my hand looked like, so I kind of bunched it up between my shirt, because here, I didn't start, the adrenaline's pumping. I don't feel the pain yet, the real pain that's about to hit me about 20 minutes later. The only thing I'm thinking is, oh, fuck, dude, I just mopped these floors, I just swept, it's getting covered in blood, I am pissed off, I worked a week and a half on this thing and got it immaculate, and now there's blood all over the floor, god damn it! So I'm trying to hold it, and I'm like, I gotta close these doors. So with one hand, I'm trying to close this giant enclosure. BIMPSON's like, he's fucking ready now. So he's like charging at the door. I'm trying to like hold him back in and close the damn thing up. I got 2 more enclosures to close, and so I'm like waddling around trying to close those. Then I run over here, I grab some paper towels, and I wrap my entire hand. And then I make my way back into the house. I finally make it back home. The layers upon layers of paper towels I wrapped are completely soaked. It's dripping everywhere. It's in the car, it's on the floors, it's on the door. And I'm trying to get back into the house where Renee's home. And I'm like, son of a fuck, it's starting to hurt now. I'm really starting to feel the pain. And she was like, oh, what's wrong? I was like, he got me, man. And that's when she realized, when she saw the paper towels, she was like, oh, fuck. And so she sprung into action. I'm just sitting on this bed and I'm like, fuck, man, I don't know what this thing looks like. I don't know how bad it is. I can't move my hand right now. I am in so much pain. And the first thing she said, she's like, we gotta get you to the doctors, and we gotta get you to go get stitches and all this. And if you know 2 things about old Dakota, it's number 1, I hate anything that has to do with needles. Make your jokes about how I have tattoos right now, but I absolutely hate needles, a big phobia against it. And as a self-employed businessman, I do not have insurance. So 2 of those things were not gonna clash, and I absolutely refused to go to the doctor to seek medical treatment. So we did it the old-fashioned way with the various stuff I have here and my intuition on how to seek and help medical wounds. 10 minutes go by, 10-15 minutes go by. I have not looked at this hand yet because everything is just finally sinking in on what happened, and I start getting very very concerned on what my hand looks like, if I still have, like, how bad was the bite? Am I, like, degloved? I don't know what this thing looks like. While the paper towels did help with not getting blood everywhere, the problem was this cut was so deep that the paper towels actually soaked into my finger, and I couldn't get it off without just being in sheer pain. So I ended up having to soak it into a bowl of water, which is nice because it kind of numbed it a little bit, and then we were able to get it out. And then finally I let Renee look at it, and again, I don't think I can show the pictures. It is pretty graphic. I'll post them on Instagram because I don't think Instagram will take them down, but I don't think this is the kosher place to put it. But it was bad, man. It was not good. I had multiple, let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lacerations on my finger. I have a bit, still to this day, I have a bit of a flap of skin on my left index that kind of just flaps around. I don't know if that's just gonna die off or if it'll fuse. We'll see. And then I have a couple lacerations on my middle finger that aren't bad. My index finger got the worst of it, and then I have just some after effects on my middle finger. And that was the thing, man. We had to clean it. That was absolutely the most painful experience I've ever gone to, is cleaning a wound this deep. To this day, man, I mean, holy shit, I just like, it's one of those things where like I didn't even want to be there, man. Like it was just constant pain, constant cleaning. This isn't the first time I've suffered. I've like slit and had a pretty deep laceration against my hand, so I remember this pain pretty well. It's never a fun thing. It was, again, I don't know if it's the most painful thing I've endured, but it's got to be in top 5. A 5-foot 25-pound lizard bite is probably in the top 5 of most painful things I've had to go through. It was an experience. It was an experience for sure. I call my main man Joe because I know he's suffered a bite like this on his thumb probably a year or so ago, so I knew he'd know what to do, so I rang him up. I video called him on Instagram. I ain't gonna lie, I had tears in my eyes. This shit hurt. It was painful. I was hurt emotionally that BIMPSON would do this to me, and I'm in severe pain, so I had some tears in my eyes, I ain't gonna lie. And I was telling Joe, I was like, man, he fucking got me. What do I do? You know, I've never had this severe of a bite before. And he kind of ran me through what he did for his and how to treat it properly and just get the right stuff. And so I did the stuff and I made it through, and now we'll talk about the aftermath and what's going on with my hand. I'll say the title's a little clickbaity. I don't know what I named the title. It's probably gonna be clickbaity. Again, my AdSense is running low. I haven't posted consistently in a while. I'm a little worried about money right now. I can't go to work. I can't do my part-time job, and I can't do this, so we gotta get some views on this video. However, the fact remains is there is some serious stuff to it. Ironically, it's the middle finger, not the index finger. It's not the finger that is like twice the size as my regular finger. It's this little boy right here. I can't feel it. I can't feel, so I can feel like, you can feel when you poke it, but I don't feel anything with this finger. I'm pretty sure he nicked a nerve in my middle finger. So like I can bend this, I can do this, but I can't, I can kind of move it, but bending it, it doesn't work that well right now. It's a little bit concerning. Not only can I not feel it if I extend too far, so even if I extend my arm like this and it kind of like pulls on the wrist of the hand, I get a very severe shooting pain and through my entire middle finger, like a shock of electricity, and then the entire finger goes numb for a couple of minutes. So I'm pretty sure there is some nerve damage right there, and I know people are like, oh, you gotta go to the doctor, Dakota. Boy, I live in America. I ain't going to no fucking, what, are they gonna do surgery on me? I'm gonna have a tens of thousands of dollars bill just to bend my middle finger? Fuck no, man, I'm not doing that shit. I read nerves can potentially heal themselves. I was talking to Joe because he actually had the same problem with his thumb. It said it took him about 6 to 7 months to use his thumb again, and even now he can't really feel the underside, so it's probably what's just gonna happen to my middle finger, which, it's not the end of the world. I mean, it kind of sucks, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm not spending the amount of money it costs to do nerve surgery for a middle finger on my right hand. It's not gonna happen. So yeah, the aftermath. I'm right hand, fuck. Sorry, it hurts. I'm right hand dominant, and I can't use, for the first 3 days, I could not use my right hand whatsoever, which makes this, all of this, extremely difficult to do with only one hand. I pretty much have to, number one, I had to go back to using a spray bottle. I can't use the gallon sprayer because I usually have to lift it, so I lift with one hand, spray with the other. I can't do that right now. So just stuff like that, everything's taking about twice as long as it usually does. Like with the bins, I have to set the bottle down, open the bin, prop it up with my hand, and then spray, close it. I have to do that instead of open mist, open mist, open mist. Stuff like that has been a real drag. Now that it's like day 4, I can bend these bad boys pretty well, so I can utilize my, I can kind of utilize the right hand slightly. I can prop stuff up on it. I just can't really move these fingers very well. This one, my index, I can't bend like at all because shit will just open up. I usually have this bandage. I'm out of bandages. I gotta go to the store and I just haven't yet. And I've been really depressed and very anxious about YouTube stuff. I've been doing it for 3 years and I've never taken time off of YouTube in those 3 years until now. And then this hits, and so I'm watching all my statuses just like drop, view count, watch time, all of that stuff, and it's making me very nervous. Not to mention that, but after talking to you guys in the comment section for so long, I kind of like, it's like my routine, right? I check YouTube, I answer the comments, stuff like that, and I haven't done that in a while, and it's kind of like I'm checking it, but there's nothing there, and everything just feels a little weird. Everything feels off right now, so I wanted to make this real quick and get it out there. Editing's gonna be very difficult with one hand. I think I can like maybe use like my thumb, but I don't know. It's gonna be tough. Alrighty, so we'll talk about the lessons I've learned and some of your comments. Number one, a lot of you said to go get it stitched. Now, I'm not a doctor. The only medical background I have is veterinary medicine, being a veterinary technician for a little bit. I don't think stitching animal bites is the right way to go. If you guys gotta remember, animal bites are really, really nasty, and I don't think stitching it closed would have been the right answer. Not only that, but I wasn't gonna do it anyway, but a lot of you guys are like, stitch, 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 and I'm like, I don't think stitches are the way to go. I'm just gonna leave it open. I'll have some cool scars on my hand. I think that'll be like pretty rad. I got my own little story now. I don't know, it's cool. I wish it was less painful, but it's cool. I'm gonna have like a fucking tiger striped finger now. Very cool, very, very awesome. Number two, I think I learned the valuable lesson, the lesson that anyone that starts working with animals that can pose somewhat of a harm to you. Of course, the day-old thing, the age-old thing, whatever the fuck the saying is, it's not if you're gonna get bit, it's when you're gonna get bit. And this is 3 days ago was the day I get bit. And it made me... Looking back now on how I interacted with BIMPSON, I was so careless and cocky, and I did so much shit where like it could have ended really badly, and honestly I got off super, super lucky with this thing. Now, I can't really use my finger. I don't know if I'm ever gonna use my middle finger. I'm guessing it's gonna take about a year to get the feeling back. If I do get the feeling back, I'm able to grip again. But it could have been a lot worse. It could have been a lot more severe. I remember Joe was talking to me about his bite with his big male, and his big male didn't let go. So he had his entire thumb clamped in, and he could not get him to let go of his thumb. So there's a lot of situations that could have made this worse. I think I got off pretty lucky, although it was painful. It could have been a lot more painful. But it's definitely taught me respect. I think respect is the biggest thing with this animal. I now have firsthand experience of the power and detriment that this animal can inflict on me if I'm not careful, and if I'm getting, again, this overzealous cockiness to me. I can realize I can be put in my place very, very quickly and make my life a lot more difficult for, at the very least, a couple of weeks. Yeah, I got a lot more respect for BIMPSON now, and I'm definitely going to be doing things a little bit more different. I don't think I'm going to wear gloves still. I don't like wearing gloves. I think you're more nimble. Even though the bite really hurts, I'll probably wear gloves until it's fully healed, but once it's healed, I'm going to take them off. I'm not a glove guy, I'm sorry. I'll do gloves with Tokays, but I like touching my monitor. I like feeling the monitor lizard. I think it's better they can get your scent, they recognize you, than just wearing these big heavy gloves. But yeah, I was gonna do this video inside the enclosure to show me and BIMPSON are still kosher and I don't hate him in any way, shape, or form. BIMPSON's not very kosher with me. Unfortunately, when I did that, you know, holding the neck thing to get him not to thrash and to let go, that broke a lot of trust, which is a really big bummer. Pretty much the better part of a year in training and socializing and showing him I'm not a threat kind of went all out the window. Working with him now, he now guards the door, and whenever I open the door, he immediately charges at me, open mouth, ready to take another bite at me. So that is something else I have to figure out. I have to redo all that, except with one hand. Very exciting stuff, very exciting stuff. I did feed him the next day because it was feeding day. It don't matter if I got a fucked up hand, animal still gotta eat. And so instead I was like throwing, I had a little bit more of those Repti links, which by the way there should be a link down there to get your Repti links today. I was feeding the last of those Repti links. I accidentally threw one too far and it kind of went in between the stand and the wall. You didn't see it, and so I came back up here last night after feeding him. So it was like 4, 5 hours, 6 hours, and then I was heading back up to do some more rounds over here. Oh man, that Repti link is still in there. I gotta go in and get that. Yeah, he was not happy me going in. It's still like very like upfront, on the move. I have one of those tent poles, so I'm like holding him back with the fucking pole, trying to grab this sausage because it's gonna rot in there and it's gonna smell bad if I don't get it out. And so I'm trying to get this fucking thing out, and this giant 5-foot fucking lizard is chasing me around the enclosure. I'm wearing sandals because, again, I'm a dipshit, which I'm closed-toed shoes from now on, folks. And this thing's chasing me around. I'm like, hey, cut it out, cut it out. I'm trying to get the fuck out. Oh my god. I was just messing with him, and then again, it got real again. I was like, hey, stop now. This isn't funny anymore. It's not funny. I'm scared. So yeah, BIMPSON's not too happy with me. I'll have to start working with him again and making him realize that I'm not the threat that he believes I am. I am an okay person. I just have to let him know what a good man I am, and I didn't mean to hurt him, much like he probably didn't mean to hurt me, or maybe he did, I don't know. It's a little bit of I'm a little bit in my head right now. I think on day 2 I started like, this was a very humbling experience. I am humbled to the core about this shit, and I was like, dude, I am way over my head. What the fuck am I doing with these animals? You know, maybe let's just stick with geckos. Like, I don't have any business working with these things. That thought quickly diminished because I am Dakota Burke and I love BIMPSON, and BIMPSON ain't going anywhere. None of them are going anywhere. But that was a thought that went through my head. It was like, what am I doing, dude? Like, I can't do this. Yeah, man. It's been a little bit of a tough time. It's a tough time not being able to work to the full extent with my animals like I can usually do. This interrupts a lot of things. Like right now I should be building enclosures because I have another 20 lot order of tokays coming in a couple of days, and now I don't know how I'm gonna have to get Renee to get the animals into enclosures because I can't grab tokays with one hand, open up stuff. Like, this kind of puts like a big wrench in all my plans. Obviously with this thing, I was planning on literally next week, man, we were going to daily posts on TikTok and Instagram 3 to 4 times a week. Sorry, not a day, a week on YouTube. Like, I was going full force on this stuff, and now like, I can't really, like, I can't edit. I haven't tried to edit yet. This is the first video I've made in about 2 weeks now. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna be able to do it. And it's just a big head game. It's a big, you know, I'm feeling pretty depressed, pretty down right now. I'm not feeling good. It kind of like, this really sucks. Hey, at the end of the day, you live and learn, right? This is a valuable lesson I've learned, and I'm definitely going to take the proper precautions to hopefully make this not happen again. Maybe? I don't know, but I did learn some stuff. Yeah, I don't really know how to end this video. Let's go check out BIMPSON. I think that's how we'll end the video on a high note. Let's go see BIMPSON. So here's the main man himself. It looks like he did do a poop, which will be very exciting trying to clean up, but here is the culprit at hand. What do you say, buddy? Do you have any regrets that you would like to talk about on what you did to my finger? Nothing? You were happy to do it and you'd do it again in a heartbeat? Wow, man. I thought we had some sort of special relationship, but I guess not, But anyway, this is BIMPSON. I mean, he's still doing good. Looks like he's doing a lot better today as far as not charging the door. But usually he's on the back end where the basking spots are and he's just chilling out. But you can see here, he's giving me the stink eye, no tongue flicks. He is a little bit concerned right now. So, I don't know. It'll be fun trying to tame him back down, but I've worked as hard as I did work for the better part of the year to avoid this kind of behavior from an animal of this size, and now it is all ruined because of the cockiness of one stupid mistake. Look at that beautiful animal, man. Absolutely fantastic. Other than, inflicting serious harm, BIMPSON is doing absolutely great. He is an amazing lizard. A little bit stressed out right now, but it is what it is. Alright, BIMPSON. Thank you for your thoughts and prayers on my speedy recovery. Alrighty, boys, I think that's the show. Thank you so much for this little story time. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did not enjoy it. If you guys want to help out Old Dakota and some of the money problems I'll be having right now, don't feel obligated. I'm just guilting you a little bit. Of course, we always got the merch. This is the Krusty Cult. We got a bunch of designs right there down on the Teespring. Patreon, I just actually revamped Patreon. Maybe I'll do a bunch of stuff on Patreon. We just did a bunch of new tiers. I edited some tiers. There's a lot more bonus goodies for you guys. If you guys want to check that out, links right there in the description. As always, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day. Follow us over here at DBCB Exotics. I'm sorry the content has been sparse. This is just another hole in the road that we'll have to get through, but we will get through it, as always. I am a cockroach. I fully believe I cannot be killed. Not because I have a god complex, but because I think I am a roach that is just unkillable, set to walk this earth and produce chaos while just being a nuisance to everyone around me, but never dying, and I'll take that when I can take that. Thank you so much. Until next time. Gotta do it with my left hand now.